Hi everyone, this is another camping weekend. I am in Nevada. This is about 4.5–5 hours from my house, and most people would say, why are you driving so far just to camp? But the reason I'm here is because at home it's raining within a 3-hour radius, at least part of the weekend. In the past 6 weeks, I have only gone camping one time when I went to the river, and after that it was either raining nonstop or I was sick. I actually had COVID. I was sick for about 2 weeks. Nothing bad, it was all mild, but I was super tired. I slept so much. I worked the whole time from home, and the rest of the time I just had to sleep. So last weekend would have been perfect to come out here, but I just wasn't feeling up to it, and now I feel like I'm back to normal. So I'm here with my canvas tent. I brought my wood burning stove with plenty of firewood. It's pretty cold outside at night, and even during the day. I mean, it's February, but I'll be fine. And I'm going to try to see if I can rabbit hunt. I didn't actually come to rabbit hunt because the rabbits might not be out during the day so much. I have found that when it's super cold, they just come out at night, and then you don't really catch them in the morning or in the evening, and I'm not sure if this is too cold or just right, so we'll see. And the most important thing is we're going to just hike, just walk and walk. That's what I need. I feel like my body just needs that because I haven't done it for a long time. So other than that, there's really no definite plans. Just relax and sleep as much as I need to, and eat some good food, and just enjoy being out here. I have a long weekend. This is Saturday, so I have Saturday, Sunday, and going back home Monday. So it's about 2.5 days I'm going to spend here. Hey, hey, hey. Misha, no. Zima is on a leash because she keeps taking off and it takes forever to come back, and she always does this, and this is why I often leave her at home. But then I feel bad. But today, while we were taking a hike, I saw her and I called her, and she did, and I know that if I saw her, she heard me, and she didn't even come, or she kept running up and down, and then she came, but she took a big, you know, way around it, and I was like, there is no way. And then when we got back, she just took off, and it took her 5 minutes to get back. So she is on a very, very long leash. And the other one is passed out. They're tired. And it's pretty cold outside right now and windy, so I have the fire going. Even though it was only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it got very cold very quickly, and the winds got so much stronger. And then it started raining. It wasn't supposed to rain at all this weekend, but it started raining, kind of like a heavy sprinkle. It wasn't anything too bad, but I had to say goodbye to rabbit hunting before I even started, because the rabbits are not going to come out in the rain. They're not going to come out in the wind. And even if it's too cold, you won't see them. So I already kind of gave up on that. So we were just hanging out in the tent, just kind of relaxing. There really wasn't much else to do. I read a book, the dogs were tired, and then it was time to make dinner. And then it was going to rain for about 4 hours. So that was it for this evening. This morning I woke up to this crazy howling wind, and at first I wasn't worried because I know that this canvas tent can withstand some really, really strong winds. So I said, okay, well, it's gonna happen. I knew that around either noon or 1 o'clock there would be very, very strong winds, and my plan was to get up and pack up and leave before then. So by noon the latest we would be leaving. So I'm trying to go back to sleep and everything, and then the wind was so crazy. It was kind of shaking the tent a little more than usual, and I have faith in this tent, but I was thinking, what if I didn't do it right? I mean, that was just kind of crazy thought in the morning. But what if some of those stakes came out from the ground? The ground is really soft, unfortunately, so those stakes didn't really stay down there too much, and if it's really bad wind, I think they could come up and the whole thing could kind of collapse or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not gonna collapse, but I don't know. These were the things that were just going through my head, and it just got worse and worse. And then I was laying there in my sleeping bag, and my sleeping bag zips on the left hand side, and I was like, if this thing somehow collapsed and fell on me, that would be pretty heavy and I couldn't even escape. I would have to unzip the bag, and then it's towards the wall is how I would get out. I would be trapped. I was like, you know what, let's just go in the truck and sleep there for the next couple of hours, and if this thing falls, at least we won't be in there. So I took the dogs in the crate, and I went in the truck. I turned it on to have some heat, but of course I couldn't sleep by then. And then I realized that it wasn't even that cold. It was actually really nice weather except for the wind, and it just kept howling and howling, and I kept thinking, what if this keeps going and then it just gets worse and worse and worse, and then the real strong winds come, and I hate the wind, first of all, and I hate breaking down or setting up a tent in the wind or in the rain. I mean, last night it rained for like 4 hours, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So, what if it starts raining on me? It would be a nightmare. So, we started slowly packing up. The winds kind of were coming and going. Sometimes it was completely still, and I was like, wow, really, now you're gonna stop? But no, they picked up, and I have these huge clouds above me, and they're moving really fast. So that just tells me how the wind is really fast up there. And obviously there was not going to be any rabbit hunting because they don't like to come out in the wind. So I already gave up on that. But basically I just came to camp for like a day and a half. We relaxed a lot, we hiked, and you know, saw some pretty places, and that's basically it. So my advice for those of you guys that don't like to camp in weather where it's windy and rainy and all these things, well, there are two things you can do. One, if it looks like it might be raining or windy or whatever, you can stay home. I mean, that's just it. You can stay home. Number two is what I do. You know, of course, you want to calculate what are the chances of rain, what are the chances of wind. So for me, there were no chances of rain. I mean, that's what my app said, and it didn't say anything about wind until Monday at noon. So I have to calculate that, yes, there could be some rain and wind and snow and who knows what else. So basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have good camping gear. You have a backup plan. You just need to go with it. So you can either stay home or you can still go and just kind of have the attitude of, well, whatever happens, happens. I did drive 5 hours and didn't get to do a whole lot of things, but I still don't consider this a waste of time or a waste of energy. If I would have just been sitting at home one more weekend, that would have been horrible. And I really only cut my trip like 4 hours short. That's the only difference, really. And I didn't have breakfast and I didn't have my coffee. That's the only loss I suffered. So overall, it's still a good trip. We still enjoyed it. Nothing bad happened. The dogs didn't get lost. So all is well. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.